but it puts all that together. So if you have two lines that ran right next to each other and never touched, we call that parallel. And if they were always going up, Tim, at the same rate, what would you know about their slopes? Right? And what would you know about the numbers of their slopes? They have to be the same. Because if one of them slanted, more slowly or slanted faster, they'd eventually intersect. They would have to be identical in order for them to be parallel lines. Well, perpendicular is the exact opposite. If one of them is falling at an inverse rate to the other one's rise, you're going to get perpendicular. But the easiest thing is the opposite. Make sure we understand what the opposite means. Oh, volunteer by standing up. Excellent, Andres. What would be the opposite of 2/3? Almost. -3/2. Good. So the opposite of +2/3 is -3/2. Opposite sign, flip the fraction. If that's true, then we have perpendicular. If it's false and they're identical, we have parallel. And most of the time, it's neither of those two things. But obviously, in the problems they ask you, it's going to be that more frequently. Let's try A. That means we have to figure out the slope for both lines. So we have a line defined by these 2 points. We have a line defined by these 2 points. That's why these are more work. Not harder, just more work. And in math, when there's more work, there's more chance for error. So that's more annoying. All right? We'll call this 1. We'll call this 2. Why? Because these numbers are both bigger. So that's why I did that. We know the 9 goes on bottom. The 2 goes on top. Minus, minus. 0.2. The 3 goes on bottom. The -1 goes on top. 2 plus -1. Sorry, 2 minus -1 is 3. Very good. 9 minus 3. 6. Does that reduce anymore? Our final answer, 1/2. So if this one is parallel, what's its slope going to be? 1/2. If it's perpendicular, what's the slope going to be? -2/1. Okay? If it's neither 1/2 or -2, then the answer is neither. Okay? So let's try it. Again, I'm going to call the second one 1 because those numbers look bigger. I'm going to go to that first point. 4 goes on bottom. 7 goes on top. Minus, minus. Point number 2. -2 goes on bottom. 4 goes on top. Once I subtract, I get 3 over. What's 4 minus -2? 6, which sounds pretty familiar. If it reduced to 1/2 that time, it reduces to 1/2 this time. We have 1/2 and 1/2, so what's our actual answer? What's our answer if the slopes are the same? Our answer is parallel. So you can write out the word parallel, or you just draw what kind of looks like an 11, which is parallel lines, and that is our actual answer. You guys have been doing school long enough that I bet you can guess the answer to be. What do you think it's going to be? Probably perpendicular, right? Let's see if I did my math right to make it work out that way. Go ahead and try B and see what you get.